Today we are considering the topic resolving abusive and toxic relationships. There are some relationships that are abusive and also toxic. When we talk about toxic relationship, we mean a type of relationship where people suffer emotional, physical, and psychological abuses, humiliation, misunderstood, and unsupported. I find myself also in a relationship that is abusive or toxic before. I've lived with a family when I was a young boy where I was really abused, and it was really toxic. I have to run from that family. Then I was a young boy, like in elementary school then. I also have friends that I regretted ever coming close to them because the relationship was abusive, toxic, and so bad. They were my friends before, but the thing turned to become an abusive relationship. I've also maybe used the word dated, even though then it was not dating, we call it courtship. I've been in a situation where I wanted to marry a lady, but never worked out because certain things went wrong. It was a relationship that turned sour, and we have to part. Until eventually, I got to know Helen, and I married Helen. Relationship can be fixed and can be repaired. When I married newly to Pastor Helen, it wasn't all silver and gold. We have rough times. We have bad season. We have times where it could be literally regarded to be a bad thing. But I did not know it was bad because I never took it to be anything bad. She is the one who later told me, oh, this is what was happening, and this is how toxic and abusive the situation was. I said, oh, yeah. You mean so it was bad, and I never knew it. But eventually, the whole thing got fixed up, and the whole thing got repaired. So you could be in a relationship, and something could go wrong. Now, when you look at Exodus chapter 4, verse 25 and 26, it talks about Zipporah took a sharp stone and cut off the foreskin of his son. Now look at what he said at last. He says, surely a bloody husband thou art to me. Then in verse 26, he said, so he let him go. Then she said, a bloody husband thou art, because of the circumcision. You could see Zipporah, Moses' wife, abusing the husband to the face and using abusive language on the husband. Moses' wife, Prophet Moses, not Moses my driver, Prophet Moses in the Bible, the one who God speaks to ear, was in an abusive relationship. And eventually, Moses had to leave the wife. And it was so bad that he left the wife and the children. And forget about it. And say, let me forget about, go about my mission, my ministry. And he was not thinking of reconciling back with the wife. It was that bad. He was ready to lose the wife and lose the children so that he can enjoy his life and continue his ministry. It was Jethro later, after some years, brought the wife and the two children to Moses and get them reconciled. And that was how the issue of the wife was silent throughout the Bible. And God, who speaks to Moses face to face, never told Moses, how about your wife? How about your relationship? So what am I trying to say? We also discover Sarah and Abraham have issues that was a little bit abusive or toxic and disagreement gave suggestion. Look at it. Solve it this way. The woman who gave the suggestion, sleep with my maid to have a baby, was the one who came back and said, send this baby away. We don't want this baby. And God said to the woman, go back and submit yourself to her. And eventually, trouble came over because of the maid and the son. Woman making trouble, and yet she still called Abraham Lord. Sarah was causing trouble to Abraham because of the maid that got pregnant and the baby. It was so bad that they have to send the maid and the baby out of the house. It was a relation. Thank God they fixed it. What if they have not fixed it? Now, that was an abusive relationship. When only one person is doing the effort, when I touch you, you kick my hand off. In a relationship, it's an abusive. There's a problem around. That's what called toxic. And it's not all the big problem. Oh, this man has joined a cultic group, and I can no longer be with this man again. It's not a big, oh, this one committed adultery or committed fornication. It's cheating on me. Although it can cause abusive relationship, can cause a toxic relationship, it can generate to such thing. But sometimes it's not all of that. There are small things that have caused relationship to be toxic. I know of a case where a relationship went sour and become toxic just because of toothpaste, ordinary toothpaste. One said, press the toothpaste this way. The other way, no, I can press the toothpaste anyhow. It ended up. I know of a relationship of two husbands. They were sitting outside, and the woman said, a rat entered the house. He said, rat entered the house. Okay, we'll tell the boys to fetch it out. And the woman said, no, we must take care of it now. So we are drinking wine, enjoying ourselves outside on the veranda. If there's a rat that entered the house, don't worry, let's continue our enjoyment. The boys in the house will take care of it. We'll give you the instruction. We said, no. I can't do without rat. I can't stay in this house. We must, what kind of man with you? What kind of a man like you? I told you, this will happen. You say, let's continue. What is it? What are we drinking? And before you know, that little argument landed the woman into hospital. The son that was a doctor, as he was rushing to meet the mother in the hospital, got accident and died. All because a rat entered the house. Marriage ended. This woman died because it later led, because of a rat entered the house. They fought. One was wounded. Problem took place. Now, these are toxic and abusive relationship. Quarreling your man or your woman. Why did you do this? Or you don't clean this toilet well. You don't wash this clothes very well. Quarreling her or quarreling him over things that he or she did is a sign of toxic relationship. At least praise him for the things he did or for the things she did. Even though it not do it the way you thought it should be done. Never nag, quarrel, and talk about it. Accusing your wife, accusing your woman. Even if your money lost, there's no need for you to accuse your man or accuse the woman. I'm sure you stole this money. Accuse him. It's going to cost. What if he's done the one? You have caused a problem already. Tell your man you are lying. Tell your woman you are a liar. You are a liar. You are causing an abusive relationship. Tell him you are a drunkard. You drunkard. You are shower. You witch. And all those abusive words, they are emotional torture that signify the relationship is what? Is toxic. Whether you are dating or you are in courtship or between two friends in the same organization or in a marriage. Questioning your husband or your wife in a hard way, as if you are questioning your security man, as if you are questioning your man, and questioning him, interrogating him, as if you are a military setup, or interrogating her. in such a hard way, and your face is squeezed, and you are pointing your hand like this at him or at her, looking straight at him, warning her, these are symptoms of abusive relationship, which should be avoided. Going out without telling your spouse, even if you are courting, like when I was in courtship, I can't travel without giving my wife to be an information about my traveling. I will let her know. Even if you are courting, you are two friends. Your movement, give a call, shoot a text. I won't be home on time. I have this. Or I'm going out. Can two people be living together? The man will leave out and the woman will not know. The woman will be saying, oh no, my husband is around. Maybe he's in the kitchen, maybe he's in the toilet. And whereas the man is already in the town. That's abusive relationship. Or the vice versa, the woman will do the same way. My wife is around. Oh no, the man has gone out. And doesn't know whereabouts. And even switch the phone off so that he won't get in touch with you. There's a problem on that relationship already. And this we should undo this thing. Undo it so that we can have a sweet relationship. Do your partner, the man you are dating, the woman you are dating, does she knows your whereabouts? Can you give your phone to your husband, to your wife? Oh yeah, please let us share our location so that you can know my movement. If he cannot know your movement, and when you put the location, she will knock it off, or he will knock it off, it then means there's a skeleton in the cupboard. The relationship is sore. Now, this is a toxic relationship. Threatening your man, I will leave this relationship. I won't marry you. Threatening him or threatening her, I will marry you, or I will divorce you. I will quit this marriage. I will ask for divorce. These things that we should avoid, because they're all toxic relationship. Not satisfied with whatever he or she is doing. Anything she does or she did does not satisfy you. You're not happy with it. Something in you is getting irritation that this man or this woman is not making you, it's not pleasing you enough. Usually, if something like that happens, look inward in your mind. There's a man outside or there's a woman outside whom you are comparing with your wife or comparing with your husband. And that's why you are seeing your husband or your wife or the man you are dating not satisfying you enough, not pleasing you enough, because you are comparing him or her with somebody else. And that relationship is an abusive relationship already. Emotional torment the other partner will be passing through. Things sometimes it will make you to deliberately offend him or offend her. Or you deliberately do things to make him hit you or to beat you or to talk or to query you. You just want something that will bring quarrel. It's something you deliberately do. If the house is quiet, if you're not happy. Sometimes, if the man is laughing or the woman is laughing, you say, what's making you to laugh like this? What's making you happy? Is there anything to be happy about? You are happy when everybody is sad. Then when everybody is happy, you begin to question. It's a toxic relationship. Doing things you deliberately to offend each other. And you don't see anything wrong with it. Making the house uncomfortable. Making the family, your relationship, you're sitting down together, uncomfortable. You just feel not happy. You don't want to see each other eyeball to eyeball. Not listening to corrections. Not listening to advice. And anything he or she says irritates you. It's like the voice irritates you somehow. And later you begin to feel, what is happening? All those are toxic relationship, abusive relationship. So it doesn't make you to listen. No wanting relationship. Say, come in the night. Come, let's sleep together. Sleep for what? Now food. All the time. What, now food? You see, that is a sign of what? A toxic relationship. A relationship that is not toxic is cordial understanding. Cordial relationship. And you don't accuse, now food. every day, how many times? How many times? Food, not food. No, you don't say that. You don't say that. You yield because you want to contribute to the happiness of the home. It may not be suitable for you. Maybe you've worked for the day. You contribute to the happiness. Or maybe as a man, you feel stress. And because of stress, you don't have the power. Please, take something. Take something to boost your energy, to wipe away stress. It's natural. It's not that the man, sister, it's not that the man is not interested. It's not appealing to me any longer. Maybe he's seeing somebody outside. It may not necessarily be seen on that woman outside. He may not necessarily be having affairs outside. But because of the stress, the job, the mind, the thinking about job, mystery, how to take up money, what, how to pay house rent, how to do this one. Emotional stress, or because of the work, it becomes emotional stress that you won't have the power to function at night. Now, you as a woman, go to and buy something to boost his energy, to wipe away his strength so that he can do the job very well. And sis, bruh, why don't you get yourself? The world is full of internet where you can study things that will help you boost on it. If you are a woman and you have such a wife, please send your husband to me. I will advise him on what to do. Now, apart from that, make sure you as a man, if you are not willing to satisfy your man, your woman, or because of stress, you don't willing to take something to boost your energy. Boosting your energy could be as small as anything like sugar. It could be, you understand, it could be something like sugar. It could be something like maybe something you take or whatever. But somehow, it will release you of stress. It could be relief. And before you know, you'll be able to have good time together. The Bible makes us to understand. Don't reject. Don't deny. Because that thing is so dangerous. If you fight because of that, if you deny your wife or deny your husband of that relationship right there when the light is off, you're going to have a very toxic relationship. Because that is a key of binding of unity and love in the family. Now, squeezing money from somebody's income or money, you don't care whether the money is there, you want to squeeze all the money from him or her. That is a sign the relationship is going to be toxic too. Acting as if it's irritating you, you don't really, something's telling you, it's not your man, it's not the right person you're supposed to marry. Somebody's telling you it's not the right wife you're supposed to marry. Something's always telling you that it's going to breed to become like a giant and it could affect your marriage. Not sometimes toxic relations is when you are not creating the atmosphere of love. Atmosphere of faith, you have to create it, deliberate creating it, making up your mind to create it, and you have to decide not to see offenses, because offenses must come. Things that will make you angry must come. Trouble must come. But because you want to create atmosphere of love, you overlook offenses. You don't see it as an offenses. You just overlook it and create an atmosphere of happiness, of love around you. Not accusing anybody of anything, but rather taking the fault. Frustrating somebody's future. You want to frustrate or provoke him or her, or want him to hit you or beat you so that he can call the police and become a problem to in the band, or drawing attention of nearby people or family people so that they can know this is what he is doing against me, or what this one is doing about me, and bringing the report of the house to your relations, to your friends, and bringing and talking anyhow, things like that. It becomes a big problem. And what about relationship where maybe a husband and wife, when the man give the woman a peck or a kiss or whatever, or hold your hand, the woman will squeeze face as if he's doing something that is rubbish. Or he will even remove his face. What is that? Okay, get away from him. The woman will do that. Or he holds his hand, he will remove his hand. Now, look very well. If a woman refuses to hold your hand, when you hold her hand, especially in the public, or he refuses to beg you or hug you, there's something dangerous hidden in the inside. And it's toxic. It's abusive. That woman or that man who is doing that thing to you has something inside that he has not brought out. I have not revealed. And these are things you could know that this thing is toxic. When you kiss each other, you can't peg each other, you cannot hold each other's hand, cannot hug each other. It's a big problem. There's something in the inside cooking around, and it's dangerous. A toxic and abusive relationship is right there. Because somehow, what will make you happy is what will make the other person get angry. And you look at them. Then you begin to bring issue to the children. Let the children know what this man is doing to me. Let the children know what my husband is doing to me. Why will you bring those issues to the children? And call your relations and your family. Bringing them into the issue so that they can know what is happening in the home. You see, when you are doing that, you are promoting toxic relationship. You are promoting a more abuse. You are bringing things that may bring offenses and begin to repeat issues over and over. Having secret affairs outside will affect your marriage. Having a maid outside, having a girl outside, having a man. And these days, women are doing it even more than the men now. Women that are married, they want to keep another man outside. Men are doing it, but the women have taken over more than the men now. Now, please, when you do that, you are bringing evil to the house. You are bringing it because your love for your partner will just destroy. Your love for your husband, your wife, will just, because you have a relationship outside the home as a man or as a woman. And it will not become a problem in the home. The affection will no longer be there. The love will no longer be there. It may lead to a toxic relationship. Is your husband's sadness your joy? Is your wife's sadness your joy? Talking anyhow or talking in a high tune. You are not patient enough. You are not cooling down. Any small thing you just talk over. Now, is it any time if your husband or your wife asks you something in the morning and he asks you the thing, you told him or you told her, then in the afternoon again, he asks you again. Maybe you even, maybe the second asking now become offend you. But I told you this thing in the morning, now why are you asking me again? Now there's a toxicity. There's angriness. There's something wrong with you. Either there's an evil spirit in the mind of that person, or something is controlling him like a stink, a serpent, that if you touch that stink, it stings you immediately. Maybe you send him a text, or you send her a text. She read it, or he read it and replied it. And again, tomorrow again, or in the after 2-3 hours, he asks you that thing again. What is your reply? You blast him with high tone. But I think I told you this in the morning. Now, why all this thing? I look at your test. You couldn't bring down your mind down. There is an evil spirit that is raising toxicity in your mind, and that is why you stink. It's a serpent spirit, and you should resist that serpent spirit because it makes you to stink. Any small thing that touch the head of that snacket, you release hard word, harsh word, toxic word, abusive word. You run out of patience, and you can't control your temper, your mind, and your action. That is a bad element. How do you react when he calls you, or somebody else calls you in his presence? Do you look at it? I want to listen to that call. And you begin to suspect every call your partner receive, your friends receive. Or he's on phone. Who are you on phone for? 1 hour you on phone. You are on phone for such a long time. Now there's something cooking already that you need to address. Nagging nagging against your wife, your husband, your person you are dating with. Charging and talking on issues that are not necessary. Or are you taking drugs to make you high? Or drinking alcohol, drinking things that will make you, a little bit tough, hard, and bold. These things come could cause problem. Or you feel he's not satisfying me enough. I am not enjoying the show. Every night, I'm not satisfied. I don't enjoy it. Just come, bang, bang, bang. Why don't you fix it? It could be a big problem. It's coming too quick. He's coming too hard. He's coming to this one. He's this one. The man is this. He's just stay like a wood, a stick of wood. It's not just like one iron on the house. Just enter and close, open and close, and that is all. Now, these things that you call sleeping like an iron, like a lump of wood, it doesn't react. It doesn't show any form. You can fix it. The man is like iron. You can fix it. The man is like a banana. It does not hold any water. The thing is just hanging like one small thing, like a small child something. Oh, it's not strong enough. You can fix it. And these are things that can become a big problem. Listen to me. That should not cause a problem in your mind. Just know, always think on how to help your wife or how to help your husband. That is, if you think there's a problem, always concentrate. How can I improve? How can I help? How can I solve? How can I be a helper? Know that you are a deliverer if it happens to you. If that is your mindset, you discover things will be solved. It will not lead to quarrel. It will not lead to fighting. It will not lead to misunderstanding. It will not lead to, that is. Sometimes you say, because he puts ordinary cloth. The man put his cloth on the bed, it becomes a problem. The man put his shoe on everywhere. Papa Andrew, see where you put your shoe now. I've been saying this thing over and over. You call your husband Papa Andrew? Mama Shire. Mama Shire. How many nights did I call you? See, now this one. You now begin to compare her with your former boyfriend, girlfriend, or boyfriend. Or compare with your staff in the office. And begin to look into it. Now, this will become a toxic relationship. Now, you now begin to blame each other. You now begin to feel bad. Not seeing anything good in the other person. You're not giving me enough money. Not giving me enough time. It's not a man enough. It's not capable. It's not a woman enough. It doesn't have anything appealing to me. Look at it. Comparing yourself with others. Relating to your man as if he's a stranger in the house. Or treating your man or treating your woman as if it's a maid. As if it's a house girl. Or your wife as if it's your boy in the office. Now, all these things can affect your relationship. And sometimes deliberately lying. You lie. Lie is a toxic and abusive relationship. It's not only when you beat the man or you beat the woman. It's when you apply things that could be very destructive. In words or in action could lead to destruction of any relationship. Whether you are dating or between two men or two women, it could cause a lot of problems. Now I want you to look down inside yourself. Is your relationship toxic, abusive, or whatever? With the person you are dating, or the person you are married to, or within the two friends you have in the business section. Now begin to look back on how you can fix it up if you discover it's already abusive. The Bible says in Proverbs chapter 10, verse 19, say, in a multitude of words, there were not sin. But he that refrain his lips is wise. Proverbs 10:19. He that refrain his lips is wise. Words will beat your soul. And it can suffer from words. Words. Ordinary word I speak to you can beat you and you will cry because of those words. If I hit your hand like this, you feel the pain and it will go in 1 hour. But ordinary abusive word, nagging word, quarrelsome word, troublesome word, threats can cause more damage than the beating. When people say that my husband beat me, and you start crying, say, see the blood, they see the blood. It's true. Your husband beat you. It's bad. It's an abusive one. But that's all what they see. They will put the blame on the man. The man will go to jail for that. But they never see the emotional torment and torture that you as a woman have been giving this man for years and the man has been bearing it. The emotional torture, the abuses, the toxicity, and the emotional trouble psychologically will be affecting that man has made the man cry for many years and many months. You only cry because of this thing they beat you. Now let's look at it very well. What kind of emotional, psychological, and torture you have been given to your husband or to your wife? Let's face it. Because if your son or your daughter is married and your son's wife is treating your son the way you are treating your husband, will you accept it? You will not accept it. Then if you, as a man, if your son get married and your maybe daughter got married and somebody else, a man as is treating your daughter the way you are treating your wife now, will you accept it? These are the things you will look at to judge your mind, to judge your heart, whether this my relationship, I'm putting effort to make it work or not, whether I want it to work or not. You have to decide it. You have to decide it. What about your support? Are you supporting financially? Whether you're a man or you're a woman. Do you lack fellowship? Are you accusing and blaming him? Comparing yourself with others? Controlling him? You want to be a controller. You control. Why you want to be a controller? You got to read the whole thing. You can't control. This is not a dog or she's not a dog. Do you trust him? Do you have respect for one another? Respect. Mutual respect. See, and for any relationship to be sweet, the man must respect the woman and the woman must respect the man. You must give honor to each other. You must love each other honestly. But the issue is that respecting and not controlling him or controlling her will never be put aside. When you start monitoring, putting secret monitoring on him or her, you have a problem. Or you begin to spy on his phone, spy on his phone or secret affair. What are you doing? You're for trouble. And you want evidence to keep trouble. I'm looking for what I will use to hold him. I'm looking for more trouble. It is a woman who is looking for trouble will be spying on the man's phone. It is a man who is looking for trouble that is spying on the wife's phone. Listen to me. Spying on each other is not repairing. You will kill yourself in trying to find out issues. Leave things be as it is. If anything went wrong, it will be open at last. Are you hearing me? If anything is wrong, it will be open at last. Just live. Enjoy your life. Don't let this issue disturb you. Your man is greeting one lady outside and is greeting the person. Greet the person too and be happy with the person. And they told you that, somebody told you, do you know your man is befriending that person? Is that your business? Forget that. They gossip to you as a woman. And they came to tell you, Chinyere, that your husband John is befriending one girl in the office. So don't go home and begin to ask your husband, this is what you do. I shower. You are befriending. You are cheating on me. Tell the woman who came to do the gossip, what is your business? Tell him so they can shut up his mouth. Don't let anybody carry gossip about your husband to you without attacking him back. Anyone that carry gossip to you about your wife, about your husband, shut him down or shut her down so that tomorrow he will not come and give you more accusation. He want to spoil your family. If your wife or your husband is cheating on you, don't worry. Leave it. Close your ear, close your eye. It will come out. It's just time. It will come out. The truth will come out and you'll be free. Give time. It will come out. Don't go and begin to sleep and raise your head and begin to run. You know, a woman once time had an issue like that. He has been keeping it. They will talk. He said, come on. Until eventually he says, okay, see where they used to sleep. The woman decided to go to where the man used to sleep, in the hotel. And he waited. He said, yeah, he has carried the woman into the hotel already. So he got transport to Kada and took her to the restaurant and waited until they finished. When they finished, 2 of them were coming out, and he went and meet the man. With the girl, they finished in the hotel. And not fighting, she just smiled with the woman and smiled with the man. And said, I hope you enjoy yourself. One day you'll still bring me to this kind of hotel. That's what he told him. He told the man. The wife was the one who told the man. Said, I hope you enjoy yourself. One day still bring me to this kind of hotel so that the AC, I could be able to enjoy this kind of place. And they went home together. The man is already shaking. Because he never came for quarrel. He said, one day, I hope you enjoy yourself with this, your maid. One day, bring me here. Let me stay in this air condition. I also enjoy. If you want 2 of us to come, 2 of us will come. But then, I still need this kind of enjoyment of this hotel. The man was already. He went home and cooked one good food and keep to the man. And eventually, he noticed the way the girl used to dress and started changing her dressing so that she can look like. One day she put on fine dressing. He said, I want to be dressing like that girl you carry so that I can be looking fine too. He said, don't this dress fine me? He went and looked for human hair and all the so that she was trying to do like this other lady. He said, am I not looking fine? Try to make up. It never bring the issue up again. Only the man himself. Conscience was beating this man until the man quit that relationship and started taking this woman to hotel and her own wife, his own wife, to hotel and enjoying their life and eating pepper soup together. Please, it's quarreling and fighting will not. It's foolishness for you to draw your wife or your husband outside and say he's doing and begin to fight. Use love. Love can destroy and kill every trouble in your marriage. Can you say a big amen? So that's why suspecting dishonesty is 2 Corinthians 8:21. The Bible says, providing for honest things, not only in the sight of the Lord, but also in the sight of men. 2 Corinthians 8 verse 21. Please look at it again. Providing for honest things, not only in the sight of the Lord, but also in the sight of men. Honest things, doing honest thing. Not being hostile. Communication is so good. So please, if you are in a relationship and you don't communicate with your wife or with your person you are dating with, be very careful. Dating or in friendship and you don't communicate. If I'm doing business with you and I hire you to do a job for me and you travel to I should be able to communicate with you. I expect you to feed me back. Feed me back. What's happening? When you hide things from each other, it becomes a big problem. That sometimes I travel out of the country and I'm not around. When I discover people that I left here, they don't give me information. I feel sometimes I get what's happening? What's happening? They don't give me information. Everything, maybe I hear it from some other people and I don't hear it from them. I begin to wonder what's happening. Now, in any relationship, communication is a lifeblood. Whether in organization, friends, 2 men, 2 friends, partnership, business relationship, or in marriage relationship, in dating and courtship, communication is very important. Very important. You must communicate. You must communicate. And be very careful. When I talk about communication, it's not the one that will be telling you, I don't want you to, I love you so much, but don't join WhatsApp, don't join Facebook, don't join any social media. The man, run away from that man. He's a controller and he's a monitor. He's a jealous person. And if you marry a jealous man or marry a jealous woman, you are in soup already. Hallelujah. Communication also is to make a relationship work. Be in good communication with each other. Yes. Not being oversensitive. Not being oversensitive, unkind, unappreciative. Please learn how to apologize. Bury your pride. Make things work. Bury your pride. Decide on that relationship so that it can work out. Don't be oversensitive. Any small thing. I don't like this. No. My mother did not train me that way. Must your mother train you that way? You adjust. This one is adjusting. You meet halfway. You try to blend with this one, and the other one is trying to blend with you. Even when the other person is not blending, you adjust yourself to a situation on middle way to accept what is happening, waiting until the other person will blend. No, I've tried my best. It won't work. Marriage is too work. This relationship would work. You are in courtship, or you are dating somebody. You have broke one, the other one broke again, the other one broke again. You have dated 3, 4, 5 ladies or five men. The whole thing the thing broke. You cry, he broke your mind or break your heart. Look at it. It's because of some of the things we are preaching since that make that relationship to break. If you are sweet, no one will break that relationship. The other partner will begin to blend. Like I told you before, when I married newly, I married at a time when the whole country was chaos. Everybody were running from Kaduna. And when I got married that time, somebody came to me and told me, say, "Oh, you marry Helen? You better buy Koboko and learn how to flog this woman, because I know her. She is the same place. She's a stubborn woman." That's what they told me. Hey, hard woman. She's married. The father is a police and a soldier, and they grew from soldier. She's a barrack girl. I said, don't worry. I don't need to buy Koboko. And after I get married, someone came to me the house and began to say, "We know you." Was talking to her privately. Say, "We know who you are. Please don't carry that strong head into marriage. Marriage is different though." And when the person finished talking, they went. I said, what did that person come to? He told me everything like that. That the woman came to talk to her, that she has strong hair, she's stubborn, she should not carry it to marriage. She told me everything. I said, okay. That's okay. So in the process of time, she herself, she thought she was doing something that should hurt me and make the marriage abusive and toxic. Believe you me, today, as at that time, I did not know that she was doing anything bad. It's not that love entered my head. I become, they say love is what? Love is blind. It wasn't that love is blind, because as at that time, I don't really love her per se, like that passion love. You know what I mean, passion? Because she was not looking good. She was not looking good. She was not having the back. The back is so flat that even if she wear trouser, the trouser will literally fall from the waist. She was not putting anything. It was marriage that make her to buy bra, because the thing was so small like this, something so small like that on the chest. She wasn't having anything on the chest. Nothing. Ask her. She wasn't having anything on the chest. So when you touch the thing, it's only cloth you will see, because nothing is saying, nothing there. The head, the neck is so long. The neck was so long. The face is like this. Like this. There with some heavy pimples that look like Azuma rock. No, I'm not saying something. Ask her. Ask my wife. So there was nothing in Adakan. So it wasn't because I was blind. But believe you me, all the things she told me she was doing, after the whole thing has become all right, I never saw it as an offense. I laugh over it. So she said that she would literally provoke me so that I would beat her. She was ready for fight. But I wasn't seeing it. One day she burned the beans and said, "Oh, today it's going to be trouble." He said she went and put on something. Anything that comes, she will take it. She's ready to fight. He said because of the burnt beans. She knows I like beans. Saturday like that. And we put the beans on the table. And she was already looking for trouble already. She wanted to create one. And I said, beloved. I said, do you know one thing? When God instituted sacrifice, he decided that they should give him burnt offering. So, and I told her, he said, this is the most acceptable offering to God and to man. Let's eat it now. All the thing that was in her, ready for, it's like I pour water. Eventually later she told me, he said, as I enter this home, it's like you pour water on me. He said, the thing that is wanting me to fight, it's like just pour it. The power to fight and make trouble is not only in me. I say, you don't need cane. You don't need word of quarrel, fighting, nagging, quarreling, blaming to solve issues. You don't resolve problem with hard words, with anger. You resolve problem with smile, with love, overlooking it, changing the perspective you look at that problem to be positive so that you can achieve a result. That is the way to solve problem. And if you can do that, believe you me, your relationship will be healthy, your love will be ready, you will have mutual respect, your husband or your wife will open up to you, there will be honesty, there will be affection, there will be love, there will be joy, and eventually you discover you're going to make a healthy relationship. And before you know, you'll be a happy woman, a fulfilled man, and having a sweet relationship with your friends, with your neighbor. That is the way to cure an abusive and toxic relationship.